In 1999, the United Spirit Arena moved Texas Tech volleyball and basketball across campus from the current Citibank Auditorium and became the venue for major sporting events and concerts on the South Plains. Associate directors for the United Spirit Arena, Cindy Harper and Dan Burns, provide a look into the process of hosting events like that here in Lubbock. And Texas Tech student Tony Alarcon talks about his experience at the George Strait concert last month.
What I'm in charge of, I guess, is more the marketing, promotions, the booking, the contract negotiations and things like that. And then when we have a concert, usually I'm escorting the media because I actually do, the marketing placement whenever they need help. Lots of times the promoters know the market, they're going to place all the ads themselves, but sometimes I help out with that. We are, of course, primarily a university facility, primarily athletics and commencements and things like that. So as far as the concerts and special events, since we just catch them when they're already routing and on tour, it's not like we can, hunt and peck and say, we want them to come on this date. Unfortunately, it's just if they're passing through and if they're playing secondary markets and things like that. So, but that being considered, I think we've been very fortunate. It's probably anywhere from maybe 6 to 10 concerts or special events a year. Visit Lubbock estimates that for every, and it's interesting, they say every 2.5 people that come. So I guess they're figuring families or what have you. For every 2.5 people that come, an estimated $307.74 is spent in Lubbock. So whether that's hotel, retail, restaurant, things like that, that's what they estimate each out-of-town patron, every 2.5 out-of-town patrons bring to Lubbock. Promoters that come through will advertise as far as Hobbs, Clovis, and kind of that direction and that distance because we have such a pull. 15,050 is our advertised capacity. It varies though, like for George Strait, for George Strait we actually had 15,200, and that's because the stage was at the center of the court and we were able to put floor seats in, so that adds to our capacity. But for basketball it's 15,050.
What I do essentially is oversee all the events that happen here at the arena, so I'm making sure that all state guidelines are followed, local laws are followed, and the safety and security of the facility and the patrons are adhered to. It could be anything from a meeting to a full-fledged concert to a basketball meeting. I think the media attention that Tech gets helps with recruitment. Our economic impact, George Strait you mentioned, I walked outside at one point during George Strait and the entire building was surrounded by limousines. And I was like, where's our cut? Because we were the ones that brought the show. Limousine companies were doing pretty well that night. And I have a few friends that own restaurants. The restaurants are full. The Overton was sold out. So there's a lot of different pluses.
Start off the night, I took my girlfriend out to Triple J's and her best friend came up, actually flew from El Paso, stayed with us, so that was an extra person in the house. As we got here, there's a bunch of limousines and a bunch of charter buses and whatnot going on, and plenty of police, police you see for the games mostly, but not every day. A lot of beer companies, especially, there's quite a bit of alcohol sales, that's for sure. Something like that, it just brings Texas Tech's name out, and it brings, it brings the city, the name of Lubbock out into the open, especially with George Strait starting his last farewell tour here. It makes Lubbock look good, it makes Texas Tech look good, because, Lubbock has a place to host things like this, and, Texas Tech's name comes out in it also.
For the Texas Tech Hub, I'm Colton Onstot.